What's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? Hope everybody's having a nice day, man. Okay, today's video, the title is People Tell a Pastor Why They Don't Believe in God. Bro, if y'all know, my channel is all about mindset. My channel is all about spirituality. My channel is all about trying to be a better person. It's about motivation and all that shit. So, we're trying to understand people's perspectives, bro. My whole thing is to come to a common ground. That's why y'all see me showing debates, people that do believe and versus people that don't believe. But then at the same time, I'm going to put my own opinion because of my own research, my own knowledge. And because at the same time, I know 100%, y'all see, I see things really different than even Christians, bro. That's why I'm not a Christian myself. But it's just crazy because this video is going to be very interesting. I have not watched this video, but you know, hey, we'll see what happens together. Let's go ahead.
I don't personally believe, right? But it's like that doesn't mean that we can't live the same way.
I agree. Ooh, that's loud. Oh.
Hey there, I'm Erica Campbell. I'm a singer, a songwriter. I'm a mom, a wife, and
There you
all-around
go.
cool chick. So today I'm sitting down with people from different ends of the faith spectrum. We're just going to have a healthy conversation.
Yeah, healthy
Words of wisdom.
conversation.
I'm really excited.
My name is Josh, and I am a former Christian.
Hi, I'm Emily, and I identify as an atheist.
My name is Nina, and I identify as agnostic.
There's a lot of people
I
that
was raised
put
in a very
agnostics.
strict Mormon household. I was the very first one in my family to leave the church. I have been a happy non-believer ever since.
I guess technically I was raised in the Catholic faith, kind of by default. We went to church sometimes on Christmas, usually like weddings or funerals, something like that.
I grew up lightly Hindu. We're like culturally Hindu, but I kind of came to the conclusion that like whether or not there is a God or there isn't a God, like it has no bearing on like how I live my life.
Okay, so before they get to the talking and stuff like that, just because of the beginning part, you gotta pay attention that a lot of these was born Christian, raised Christian, or they was raised in a traditional household, right? The problem is those people obviously wasn't surrounded by people that know God. They was obviously surrounded by people that was too religious and that wasn't teaching the truth about God. That is my honest truth. This is why I'm not a Christian. Because when I was going to church, I hear about God all the time. I hear about Jesus all the time. But I still had questions that were never answered. I still didn't have questions. It's like they just tell you how faith. But it's like, what the heck am I having faith in? You know what I'm saying? Why am I giving my... Because I didn't sign up for this. This is... In my mind, I'm thinking, hey, I didn't tell him to make me. I didn't tell him to put me through these situations. And then at the same time, when I do pray, it seems like it don't even go my way anyways. So I understand that perspective because I've been there. I actually stopped believing in God for a long time, bro. For a long time. The only reason why I started believing in God because he came back for me. He actually just thought I was worth saving. So this is why I'm doing these videos, because I'm really trying to speak and defend for God. Like, I'm really honestly trying to defend my God, because it's like, it's just crazy because I understand where y'all coming from. I really do. I understand that y'all been through a lot, you've seen a lot, and then you blame God because he's just all powerful with God. But y'all gotta realize he's not. He's in charge of everything, but he's not the reason why things are the way it is. It's because of our choices, what we do to ourselves every single day, what we say, what we commit. We don't follow laws like we're supposed to. People do not follow God's laws, and then they realize there's consequences to it, because breaking laws. That's what produces the chaos. That's what produces the enemy on the other side to intrigue in our lives even more. When he's trying to seek, destroy, and kill all the time, bro. We allow Satan in our lives consistently. And then we pass it down from generation to generation to generation, and then wonder where we messed up at. I've been passing this fucking mindset down for generations. So yeah. So that's why God's chosen people, the ones that actually understand, are here. We're here to explain and defend God. We're the ones that actually have to speak for him, in a sense, because we're trying to warn everybody before he do come back and be like, yo, y'all getting out of here. Y'all getting the fuck out of here. Y'all disobeyed me too many times. I try to come for y'all so many times. I try to help y'all in your lives so many times, but you refuse me. The one that gave you breath, the one that you a part of me. So people don't understand. He's the reason why a lot of people are sane in the world nowadays. That sanity that you have, that mindset of stability, it's so deep that's why a lot of people don't understand. Because it's too deep for their understandings. It's too complex for their understandings. Only God can make it sense. That's why I have to really isolate myself. This is why it's really good to be alone. This is why you need to separate yourself from social media. This is why you need to try to resist temptations and the urges first to test it out. Just test it out and see what happens. And you will see the difference. You will see it make sense. I promise you. Because you start obeying God, so you start hearing Him more. But people don't understand. They opening portals all the fucking time. Allowing the enemy to literally keep them fucking in a delusion. So it's ridiculous. Let's go.
I don't think she'll be able to in any way convert me suddenly back.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous. Like, I hope I don't say anything to offend her.
Let's go.
Hey there.
I'm Josh.
I'm Erica.
I'm Emily.
This is
Nice to
exciting.
meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Hey.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
They dress so well.
Yes, I
Oh
made
my
it.
gosh.
Nice to meet you. So I'm a Christian. How would you identify?
Atheist.
Atheist.
Non-believer.
So do you believe that like there's no God or there's something out there and you don't know what it is?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I identify as an atheist.
If like agnosticism and atheism is like a spectrum, I'm like somewhere in it.
I think that when we die, it's lights out, and that's the blissful end to all of it.
Is that
And
bliss though? Like
it
that?
is.
Hell no.
So let me ask you a question. What do you believe exists beyond the universe? It's like the area where our minds kind of exist, not the human, not
Yeah.
the tangible.
I don't think that exists either.
What?
You don't?
I don't. I think
That's
that everything
crazy.
that exists is what exists right here, right now, in this moment, in your body.
I was raised in the Catholic community. I just remember the first thing we talked about was Adam and Eve, and I just remember being like, that's just like a little story.
Like, culturally, we're him.
So a lot of people don't know this, but Adam and Eve wasn't the only human beings on the earth. That's something that a lot of people don't know. They don't understand that. Their story is where the sin started. That's when the sin started. That's the story. But they wasn't the only people on the earth. They're the ones that caused the sin, the sin on the earth, because that was the first sin on the earth. So you see how uneducated people are? They be like, oh, it's a little story, but like you don't even understand the story. Like it's a lot to break down. It is, because you gotta realize it's been passed down for generations, and only the people that, like I keep trying to say, is like aware or chosen for to understand it, is the people that know God the closest. So we're in a time right now, a lot of people don't believe in God, or they're skeptical about God. They feel like, yeah, this is it. This is all it is. But then I'm like, what the fuck is the point of living then? If this is all it is, this is sad. Because there's too much going on here. There's too much chaos here. And then there's not order no more. That don't make sense to me. Y'all accepted this? People that accept this world for what it is and then don't think there's no hope after that is fucking, I don't know. I can't comprehend that, because that's a whole different darkness itself, or a whole different, it's like you just literally gave up on yourself. That's literally what it sounds like. You just gave up. And it's a whole different depression, I can tell. Because I was in a situation like that, because you don't believe no more, bro.
Personally, for me, it felt like a lot of the stories of it, or they're just like stories. There's a lot of like people with multiple arms and like angels are blue, which is like not real.
So I was raised Mormon. My mom helped run the Relief Society. My dad was a bishop for a long time. My grandpa was a bishop. I was the very first.
And the thing is, this is what social media do. This is what the world do. They literally cushion everything. I literally talk about this all the time. They cushion demon possession. They show it in horror movies all the fucking time. They cushion God where they use the cross when the cross itself isn't what God, is. That's another people that don't understand. It's just crazy because we have these idols and visions of God when God is life himself. He's love itself. He's all the things that's sane and good and knowledgeable in this world. But we refuse it because we are in the image of God. We have free will. So we can think whatever we want. We can believe in whatever we want. But there's a consequence to it because y'all don't understand. Y'all taking away the parts of you that makes you who you're supposed to be. People live the way they want to live. It is what it is. They want to do what they want to do here because they feel like there's no God here. But I'm telling you, a lot of these people out here is because they're trying to fill a void and not realize, hey, you are in a delusion and God's not standing for it.
Remember my family to walk away from it all,
They
and
respond to that.
not well at first.
I grew up similar to you, but mine was a Pentecostal church called the Church of God in Christ. And my father was a preacher. My mom was over the choir. But there was a lot of things that didn't always make sense to me, like why we were so poor. If you live for Jesus, everything's supposed to...
Yeah, you live for Jesus. That right there, I understand where they're coming from on that too. Like, a lot of people convert because of the bad in the world. A lot of people convert because they believe that if you are serving God, if you are obeying God, everything should be working out in your life. Everything should be easier, basically. And I'm telling you right now, it is not easy. It's not. It don't get easy. Jesus, didn't have an easy life on earth. He had to go through persecution. The thing is, a lot of people don't realize, we're living examples. We have to live like Christ, but in a sense, as close as possible as Christ. So you gotta realize, from the story, if people know Christ or Jesus, he had a time where he has to get by himself to talk to God. By himself. He had to literally go on days without eating. He had to go on days without drinking water. He had to go on days resisting his own temptation to get close to his Father even more, to show people this is what you're supposed to do to understand and listen God. But people do not stop eating. We constantly consume. So we always being stuck in the physical because we have something in our body. So that's where gluttony comes in. That's where greed comes in, because we constantly consuming something in our body. Then you got people lustful. It's normal to lust over a woman. The thing is, it's just crazy because it gets to the point where people don't do it. Where in a common sense where they don't understand how it actually works. Like, a man is he wants a woman, right? Same thing with a woman should want a man, or whatever y'all go for. But it's just crazy because people don't understand that lust itself is what makes babies. That's a carnal thing, don't y'all think, to want to have sex with a kid? Jesus didn't. It wasn't a sin. It's not a sin to have sex, but it's the sin where you're not even trying to provide for this kid. You're not trying to be there for that father, and then you hurting the kid even more instead of trying to raise. You're not trying to do it the right way. And God loved children. Loved children. He loved children. So that's the thing. Like, we came from heaven. Like, when y'all was young, y'all was at your purest state. You had creativity. You wasn't exposed to nothing because you were so pure. You just came from heaven, bro. That's how crazy it is. But we come here exposed to so much that happens here, because first of all, the sin of our fathers constantly keeps going through us. We have to break the sins. We have to break the curses. That's why every time a kid comes, I really believe their mission is to break the curse so that it can ease the next generation. But a lot of people don't. try to fix the curses. They get worse. So imagine that constantly going down on history to their children, not trying to turn away from their curses. And people wonder why we're at a state of delusion, because no one's breaking the curses. They're giving into it constantly. Let's keep going.
Work out right, But the same way, I wouldn't doubt love because people have gotten love wrong. And that's kind of how I feel about God. And I think it's very...
So, when we talk about Jesus broke this, like, basically saved us and stuff like that, it's because he gave us a chance to break those curses. Because you got to realize people didn't want to break those curses, so we had to have a fresh start on those curses. Like for real. Our mission, as your mission is here right now, is to become better than your fathers and your mothers. Your mission right now is to become the best version of you. Your mission is to spread love, to spread joy, to become a better person, to become happier, enjoy your life, bro. Figure out your freedom. Work hard if you have to. I know it'd be struggling. It'd be hard. It'd be difficult. But your mission is to become your best version, so you can be at peace when it happens. I mean, like, that's all you can do. But a lot of people's best versions would be the worst versions of them nowadays. So be careful, because people are reckless.
Reassuring to me that after this is over, there's something greater. So most people who don't believe, there was some, traumatic church experience, or some long line of this doesn't make sense, this doesn't make sense, this doesn't make sense. Okay, y'all don't make sense, so maybe he doesn't make sense.
I do
Exactly.
find fault
The churches
with,
don't be making sense no
Catholicism
more.
in general.
We're not really practicing, so we weren't praying.
So
or,
the churches are
studying or
messing up so
anything.
bad.
And so I just kind of fell away from that as a religion.
I got kicked out of Sunday school because I was arguing with the teacher about the age of the earth. In 6 days, 6,000 years. I'm like, but dinosaurs.
I grew up in a church where secular music was a saying. Everybody was the devil. You can't interact. It's going to infiltrate you.
My mom, her favorite saying growing up was the devil.
You see, people are too religious. Y'all don't have to. God is not a religion, bruh. I want y'all to understand this right now, what I'm saying. God is not a religion. He's not in no category. He's not. You can't put God. That's idol itself. A religion is an idol itself, bruh. That's why I'm not religious. Because God is not religion. He's life itself. He's love itself. He's that good in itself. Do y'all not understand where I'm coming from? He is the good part of us. He is part of us. We are part of him. But the issue is we keep disconnecting from him so much. Yeah, he has to punish the people that have been disobeying, because he don't understand why y'all decide to do the wrong instead of the good. Why you decide to be selfish instead of trying to give. Why you decide because, this happened to you, you want to treat people even worse. It's consistent. And no one wants to break the curses or break the way of how people be thinking. Think outside of yourself, bro.
Little ways.
Yes.
Like the first time I wanted a mohawk at 9 years old, she was like, devil gets to you through your hair.
Yeah.
Wow.
Got really lucky, and I have great parents, and they were be kind, be a good person, help each other out, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So I feel like my moral compass
It's good.
I hope so. I think so. I'm working on it.
The core of Mormon belief is the Holy Bible, the King James Version specifically.
Yeah.
Every time I read something, what I saw was a twist for human gain.
I know all the same stories and I had the very same questions. And what I feel like, what I know the Bible is, it is all an example of how crazy and chaotic our world is.
It
if
really
you believe
is.
in God, what would that look like to you?
I feel like
I wanna hear
if there
this.
was a God, I think it would be something kind of unimaginable that I couldn't
Exactly. You can't
process as a
comprehend
human
it.
being.
Do you believe in life after?
I don't. Before I was I don't know, maybe real energy, what happens to us when we're dead, and nobody knows. And that's the crazy thing, right? And, but
I truly believe that there has to be something after this. And the reason why I said this is because when so much is happening in this world, and then you just accept that, you just accept that's it, I would lose my fucking mind. I would lose my fucking. I can understand why people do anything if I didn't believe in something more than myself, or I didn't believe in something like consequences actually take out. Like, I understand. The thing is, God definition of good is different than ours. Jesus had to come to literally give us a fighting chance because Satan was taking over, bro. He was taking over all the time. Like, people don't understand, like, we are going through an age of chaos and destruction and all that stuff because we're getting to the time where redemption is happening. Where we are getting to the time that hell is literally almost here. Like, it's literally there's too many portals, there's too many things happening. The frequency is so negative, the earth is so, like, I don't know. It's like, if y'all can sense it like I'm sensing it, like, it just don't make sense what's going on no more. Nothing makes sense no more. It's like they were just talking about aliens the other night. They were talking about aliens last year. They were talking about all kinds of stuff. And then y'all shut out the fact that there's something going on here. It's like, what the fuck? So yeah, there's something going on here more than ourselves. But a lot of people shut that out because they're like, forget it. I'd rather sleep. I'd rather live in the delusion. I'd rather live any way I want and then just die. And then we'll see what happens. That's what they accepted. And that can't be me because I need to make sure I'm not wrong. You know, I got to make sure that what I believe in is accurate and actually research it and actually learn different perspectives on it before I can, like, come to a conclusion this is it. Like, I hate how people just like, oh, this is it, and then stick to it. Like, hell no, bro. Let me figure it out first.
Very recently, actually, my twin brother passed away this summer. And so I've been
lost.
But I've been, like, searching for him, and I've been, like, trying to be kind of, like, open, like, if it is, like, a thing, like, please freaking talk to me, you know what I mean? And, like, I haven't felt it. I haven't felt him. I haven't seen him. And so that kind of, for me, was like, okay, like, he's just dead. And that's, something that I'm just kind of like,
okay, he's not here no more.
I'm just never gonna see him again. He's still, with me every day, and I think about him every single day.
He's not here.
But it's like,
literally, he's not here no more. He's gone to a better place.
I still am, if something were to happen or whatever. But like, me thinking about him every day and remembering him and everything that I do, it's like, I feel like that, for me, is like enough,
Every time I look at any form of organized religion, the only thing I see is division. More wars have been fought over religion than anything else.
That's
Whereas
religion for you.
When I look at a world with no religion, everyone has to own up to just what they are and who they are. They can no longer hide behind and say, well, I won't bake a cake for these gay couple because my religion says that I don't have to. You can't hide behind that.
You see, this is why I'm not religious. I said this already, but what he was saying is facts, though. Like, I'm not disagreeing with that. I agree with what he just said. But the thing is, this is my thing. Everybody's overly something nowadays. Instead of trying to, like, come to a middle ground. Everybody overly dramatic. People are too sensitive to things. Like, bro, I don't mind that you gay. Like, I don't care that you gay. Like, we can still be friends. We can still talk. Even though in my belief, it's like, like, that's what I'm saying. Let them live their way. Let them live their life. If they want to change, that's up to them and God, bro. Hey, let them live their life. Stop trying to change these people, because if they don't want to change for themselves, if they don't want to do this, then that's them, bro. That don't affect you. So let them do what the fuck they want. The only thing is, speak your truth. Speak your honesty. Speak what's in your heart. I can disagree with anybody. I don't care. But at the same time, I'm going to say my truth. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to tell you what it is. Yeah, it's a sin. But in the fucking, like, why do I have to, like, compare to my situation to theirs? Like, I don't care. That's them. That's what they experience. They experience something different. So I'm not justifying it, but at the same time, I'm like, yo, like, what he's saying is not wrong. It's not wrong at all. Like, the Christian community be bashing gay people and wonder why they keep turning to gay people, because gay people are actually accepting them more. You see what I'm saying? It's more accepting to it. Because they trying to get everybody onto it. And that's the trick to it. So, yeah, Jesus did come religion wise, they're a whole different type of division. I don't know what the fuck going on with that. But Jesus wise, like Yeshua, the actual name and whatever, because a lot of people, we don't know his actual name, but basically he did came to bring division between God's people and everybody else. That's just literally how it is. So let's get straight into it.
There's always going to be conflict in religion because religion is man-made. You know, you see these movies and there's always a devil on one
Religion
shoulder.
is man-made.
I really think
It
that's
is man-made.
real. I think there's always a battle for the best of us and the worst of us. If
Oh,
there
no,
was
she's
one
smart.
question of God that
She's
you
smart.
could ask,
She's smart.
if
She's
you
onto a little
believed
bit of
in God,
something. Let's
what would
keep
you
going.
ask?
That's a really hard one.
Is it? Girl, ask.
This will be the last thing.
And there'll probably be a lot of general, just like whys.
But he cares about you, and that's what I know
Does
for
he?
sure.
Right.
Yes, you. What makes you happy? What makes you
Yeah,
sad?
a lot of
feel
people would be
so
like, why?
small. And like the concept of a God, it feels so big, like I said.
Yeah.
And I feel so small, and it seems impossible to me that anything
No,
that
for real. It
oversees
do.
like our whole world or our whole universe would have time for.
It'd be
anything.
feeling like that way.
Absolutely. I think
The whole world.
that there's still a lot of questions
real.
there. You know what I mean?
It's
Even
nothing.
from what you
So,
said,
it's
still
nothing
a
we
lot
can
of
comprehend. That's
questions.
why
I
it'd be
think
so
that's the
hard to
best
accept
way to
it.
be, like to always ask why, the whys of the whys. Why do I feel this way? Why don't I believe? Could I believe again?
Right.
You know, what could cause me to believe again? Because clearly there's something that caused me not to believe. If I told you that I would pray for you, what would you ask me to pray for?
That's a great question. Probably not for me, but for like my family, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, just for them to be like well and good and happy.
Yeah.
From my perspective,
I respect that.
everything you've said, you can do without any religion. And it's completely freeing for me. The most free I ever felt was the day I walked away and said, I don't have to believe in any of this stuff anymore. Because to me, God, religion, all of it, it's completely superfluous to human existence. You don't need it. You can live a happy, productive, good, charitable life without it.
I believe in, you know, if there's a good, there has to be a bad. You know, we can't always explain some of the complexities and craziness of this world, but I think God brings gravity to it all, to the question.
I love hearing what you have to say. I don't think I necessarily agree with all of it.
So I believe that God knows you, He knows your name, He knows how many hairs are on your head. Beautiful hair, by the way.
Thank you.
I had to purchase mine. Nevertheless, I think He knows everything about you and wants to know more.
This has been such a great conversation, and you're such a warm, like, I feel really like comfortable here. Yeah, just this has been really great.
Awesome.
Bro, for real. Like that's literally how it
I
is.
will be praying for you.
Thank you.
That's
Absolutely.
how
so
it,
much.
that's how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to make them uncomfortable. Like, yo, like I respect this shit. Yo, let's stop it right there. You see, that's how it's supposed to be. She has, of course, obviously she has God inside of her. Because, you know, she's just talking to them like they're human, bro. That's what you're supposed to be doing as a God's people. Not over religious, like, oh, like, you gay, you going to hell type of shit. Like, nah, bro, like, God's people love even his enemies, bro. But the thing is, there's enemies that's out there that's really trying to seek our destruction. We have to fight them all the time. We have to give the power to God to let him, allow him to deal with them, bro. Because it's his fight. He says it's his fight. For him, because all we have to do is just believe, keep trying to be our best, and then resist temptations. And it's like, hey, like, it's gonna take time. That's all I can really say. Y'all have a nice one, man.